Ayo LAZ, reporting live from New York City. The hottest jail story and hood story channel in the game, you heard? This is my sit down with the bro Sequans. Comment gang, I need y'all to handle this.
Alright, so yo, check it. Gen Pop gang in the building. You heard Slim Blunt gang in the building. You already Snow Bunny. I'm here with my bro Sequans the Don, one of y'all favorite storytellers off the channel. You heard. Before we get started, let me make sure I tell y'all, go on Spotify, type in Major St. Laz Bangers and check the new playlist that I'm making. It's going to be on all streaming platforms, but on Spotify right now, I got it popping, you feel me? With all my best songs, all my biggest features, my new joint with my bro King Taco. Shout out to the bro King Taco, that's my new artist. We going crazy. I'm here with the bro Sequans the Don. Let me give y'all a brief history first of all. How I met this brother, you feel me? And you know, it holds serious significance with this channel. Me and son met each other in Franklin Correctional Facility up top. You heard, when I came to his dorm, I had 30 days loss of rec, 30 days loss of everything. You heard, I came from the annex in Franklin to the main in Franklin. They sent me to this bro dorm. We was in 2 dorms together on 2 different times in Franklin. But the first time they sent me there, I was on 30 days loss of everything. My uncle Kasim, rest in peace, sent word in like, yo, that's my nephew. You heard? So, you know, the bro Sequans came up to me while I was in my queue, you know, bored to death, can't come out my shit. You know what I mean? He introduced himself, yo, you know what I mean? My name's Shah. You heard? Kasim is Peoples, you alright? You know what I mean? And, you know, we small talk for a minute. But I ain't know the bro, he ain't know me, but he just was showing respect and letting it be known that, you know, the Peoples is in here. So later on that day, son came over to my cube and he was like, hey, yo, you fuck with Pac? So I'm like, hell yeah, I fuck with Pac. But at this time, you know, Pac was caught up with the whole Biggie setting him up shit, saying, alleging that Biggie set him up and all of that. And, you know, the Vibe magazine thing was out. And I was kind of tight at Pac. I was kind of tight at the whole situation. Like, you feel me? Like, Pac saying Thug Life was dead and all of that. I was tight. But son, this dude right here was like the first dude on the whole compound with that Me Against the World album. And son told me, he said, Joe, you fuck with Pac? I said, yeah. He said, Joe, I got that new Pac album. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And that nigga pulled the tape out and was like, yo, if niggas know that I let you hold this before them, they'll be tight. You know, the bro Sequans gave me the Me Against the World album and told me, yo, look, I'm going to rec. I'm going to the yard for 2 hours. But when I come back in this dorm, I needs that Tupac album. You heard? So son let me hear the album before he even heard the album himself. You heard? And I sat back. I'm on QBQ. I sat back. I listened to that Pac album. And that shit was, to this day, my favorite Pac album, Me Against the World. The album was so crazy. You heard? But I was very thankful that the brother let me hold that Tupac tape. And when he came back from the yard, me and son started building on Tupac.
In reference to what you were speaking about, it's ironic that you kind of refresh my memory like you always do. Rest in peace to Kasim. You know, that was one of my, I would like to say one of my elders, but he wasn't old. You know what I mean? So when I say elder, I'm speaking from a standpoint of the information he got, and even in my manners of being inquisitive and questioning them, you know what I'm saying? He had an answer for everything. So those, when I call my elders is based on how much time they put in studying, not their age or not how much time they do. You know what I mean? But also rest in peace to Shoe Diamond, Shoe Shine, because Shoe was the one who put me on the pop. Right? Oh, I never shared that. Shoe, we was on the island. Shoe had a Walkman at the time with cassettes that, you know, certain people just get, you know, certain things. And he told me about Tupacalypse Now, right? And he was like, yo, this is our speed right here. That's all he said. And I was like, word. Now, from that standpoint, I didn't get a chance to hear that because I didn't have the Walkman, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't playing Pac they was playing Brenda Had a Baby, you know what I'm saying, during that time frame. But when I got up north and got that joint, that was the origins for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was already Tupacalypse Now, strictly for my niggas. And the ironic thing with Pac was that he was the closest tangible individual, because we studied the Black Panther movement. We became familiar with George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson. This was all part of our basic, training as far as...
Pac was the Black Panthers for us, for our
He was the Black Panther for us.
When you gave me that album that day, that Me Against the World album, you remember on the cover, son got the glasses on the inside.
Right.
He was looking, he was talking that Thug Life is Dead shit with then he had a cross on the front.
Right.
So when I first seen the album, I'm like, yo, I hope this dude is not turning on no soft shit, you feel me? Like on some, he not spitting the same type of shit he was spitting on Strictly for My Niggas and Tupacalypse Now. But when I threw that joint on, the first song that I heard was that Lord Knows. When that shit, I was like, yo, and then the title of the song threw me off. I'm like, son on some super Christian rap shit. When I listened to that shit, son just was like, smoke a blunt to take the pain out, and if it wasn't high, I'd probably try to blow my brains out. Once I heard that shit, bro, that first verse, I said I would never question this nigga Pac again. I would never question nothing about him. He's always gonna be the truth. You heard?
Now, I to add on to that, right? I say Pac got me through my bid, right? How Pac got me through my bid was, all right, well, people don't understand the most basic similarities that him and Big had, right, was that they were street poets. You know what I mean? They're telling aspects of their life, you know what I'm saying, how they lived and how they grew up, you know what I mean? However, right, Pac basically showed me duality, right? And duality, if you get into the ancient teachings, of the Maya system, and Netta rule is going to tell you every left got a right, you know what I mean? Every light got a dark. So it's a yin and a yang. You gotta coexist, you know what I'm saying, in order to be relevant. So basically, Pac will talk about the good aspects of a woman, right? And then he'll talk about the bad aspects of a woman, which is all accurate. They wonder why they call you bitch, you know what I mean? He talk about the good aspect of the brothers, strictly for my niggas. But then he also talk about, the other aspect of dudes and how foul motherfuckers can be and treacherous.
The reason why this brother right here, Sequan, is so important to this channel and important to me with this storytelling shit is when I first met this dude in Franklin Correctional Facility, after he let me hold a Pac tape, and I realized that Son was a good dude. And at the time, basically, Son was kind of running the dorm. We had a bunch of real dudes. I don't remember who was in the dorm at the time, but you was kind of like, the dude running the dorm. And I came in the dorm, you showed me extra love, but once we got cool, I started playing your cube a lot. And Son basically started giving me Brooklyn heritage and knowledge, because I'm a young dude, just came out the house 2 days ago and caught a case and was up north. I only knew about Brownsville and East New York, really. Like, I got family in Marcy, I got family in Williamsburg, you heard, like, I know about the whole Brooklyn, but this dude's knowledge on Brooklyn was extensive. And when we got cool, that's when you whipped out the photo album. And when you whipped out the photo album, let me explain this to people. This nigga had a photo album with the most legendary of legendary fly-ass and real ass niggas from Brooklyn, from Crown Heights, from Fort Greene, from Flatbush. This nigga had a Bible of Brooklyn pictures that I hope you ain't lose that photo album. When I tell you, this nigga had pictures of 20, 30 Brooklyn niggas low down from head to toe, all type of shit, not just low. And in these pictures, this dude was always the littlest, youngest dude in the picture. Fly as everybody else, if not flyer. So I'm looking through this dude pictures and I'm like, yo, this nigga know everybody in the whole Brooklyn. He got the receipts for every story he tells. And that's when we started. I started telling him my growing up in Brownsville stories. And he started telling me his growing up in Fort Greene and Crown Heights stories. You feel me? And we used to break night in your cube telling stories to a point where our steady police didn't even fuck with us, bro. You don't supposed to be in nobody cube at 3, 4 in the morning. We up at 3, 4 in the morning with the pictures out, with photo albums and letters from different Brooklyn legends. And son used to just be basically giving me the history on Tompkins, on Sumner, on Marcy, on the Fort, on Flatbush, and just breaking down the hierarchies of everything. So this storytelling shit that we do on this channel, it ain't really start on YouTube. It started in the penitentiary. You heard? Even in the penitentiary, this dude's stories captivated me and made me proud to be from Brooklyn. You feel me? And I envied that photo album. I envied that shit. I said, damn, like this nigga right here, he got the receipts. For every story he talk about, he got the receipts right here in these photos. And when I say, yo, bro, listen, when I say niggas was just, these was legendary photos. And then on top of that, the jail photos from major motherfuckers. Signed, you feel me? And, you know, son embraced me. Son embraced me and brought me into that motherfucking love for the Brooklyn culture. You feel what I'm saying? I already had the love, but he just opened my eyes to a whole nother side of Brooklyn. That fly shit, that money getting shit. You feel me? Son told me stories about Midtown and Snap. I never heard, you know, I knew about digging pockets downtown Brooklyn and Pitkin Avenue and shit like that. But son schooled me to the Midtown pocket digging game and who was the main hierarchies of niggas that was doing it and downtown Brooklyn and who ran the mall, and you know, son was giving me all of those jewels. You feel me?
Shout out to Big Slop, shout out to Fuji, shout out to Hawk and them boys.
You heard? So this is why this dude is one of the first dudes I had on the channel giving good Rikers Island stories and shit like that. Because when we was up top, son had a photo album that summarized the entire Brooklyn. You feel me? And that shit was epic. And a lot of these stories that he told on the channel, I heard these stories up top, you know, 20 something years ago. So, you know, with that being said, you know, welcome to the motherfucking podcast. My bro Sequan the Don. You know, a lot of y'all dudes out here know him as Sha. You feel me? That's why y'all be confused. Like Sequan, now you know Sha. You know what it is. You heard? Shout out to the people. Shout out to the whole BK. But now that I got the bro here, I just want to ask. I met you up top, and you was in C-74 before I was in C-74.
Right.
You know, you might have been there a little while I was there, but how did you end up on Rikers Island in C-74 on that trip where you got cut, and how did that happen? Like, you know, we told a story on the channel. He told a story about getting cut in C-74, but we're gonna go into more vivid detail now. You heard? But how did you end up on Rikers Island at that time?
Well, first of all, see, everything with me, it stems from the street. It ain't no just so happened jail situation. You know what I mean? It's like shit got done in the street, you know, and at that particular time when you go through, you know, it's like everybody, there's always going to be somebody on the island you know, whether you get to see them right then and there or you don't. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what position they in, how they represent themselves, if they represent themselves. All these different microscopic things play a major role. But also, it's like, you know, thinking back on it now is a total different outlook than being in it in the moment at that particular point in time in life, right? And it's like, you know, like your projects, like Cypress, like a lot of projects that have issues with each other, this side against that side, you know, whatever the case may be. And there was things going on in my projects at the time with different sides, you know, and it was ongoing, and it started before I could remember, but you become inherited. It becomes inherited. You know how these things go, and I was in the what we call them, reception domes, the Mod 5s and the Mod 6. So you know you're gonna be in them and you're not really seeing everybody that's in the building when you in these particular dorms. You may see them on a visit. You may see them, you know, in crossing, but you're not going to see them at child. You're not able to go to the school floor, I don't think, with regular gym pop, because you kind of still, they make an assessment if they're going to send you to the Sprungs, they're going to keep you in the building, whatever the case may be. So it's been maybe some months, maybe 2 months before I hit general population. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really seeing who was really actually there, who was in the building. Didn't know. But you go on your visits, you go to court, you know, you start seeing people, and people like, yip, yip, yo, get out of there, come. You know what I mean? Like, not on no backdoor shit, but on some real, come be with the people. So I'm like, yeah, all right. So, like, pop that shit off. You know what I mean? So after a time period, you know, after I get my first little package, my little long johns, underwears and shit, and it's time to really go. So I winds up blowing it up, getting it on at the phone. We all leave. 5.
What happened with that phone situation again?
What happened with the phone situation was, who was in this house? It was, you know, it was some guys in the house way longer than they were supposed to be. So they kind of was trying to stay, you know. Who was it? It was Mike Murder and a few of his dudes, you know what I mean? But he had some Brooklyn dudes that was in there with him too, you know what I mean? But I had to fight damn near all them dudes, right? And after a while, right, that's when my Jersey dude came and tried to, and I was like...
When you came to Mar 5, what was the temperature in there? You was trying to get on the phone, or what? What was when you came in the door?
Well, when I came in the door, rest in peace, my bro, my friend Big Ant was in there, right? So he was more so like, yo, I already know, yo, you just chill for a minute. Espacio.
This wasn't your first time on Rikers Island, right?
No, this was not my first time.
So you know how, you know what it is with the phones.
I know what it is. But due to the fact that he's telling me, like, yo, bro, damn, you got jammed for that lay down? Yo, I need to be with you as long as I need to be with you. You know what I mean? So I need you to be easy for a minute because you going in the building and it's a possibility I'm not. So I was like, all right, I hear you, you know. And from that, we just started, me and him start going in on certain things, how he got jammed up in a situation, what he was looking at, and things of that nature. So he was like, damn, yo, bro, it just feels so good to just be with you. Like, I just want you to I want to be with you as long as possible. So I was like...
And where you had new Big Ant from? Like, from running around Crown Heights or
yeah,
what?
My new Big Ant. Big Ant was my dude off on my mom's end, right? In the Heights. So, you know, when I was fucking with Big Ant out there, you know, that was my dude. You know what I'm saying? That was my guy. Go down the hill, go fuck with Big Ant, Devon, you know, Sweet Man, you know. But, you know, Big Ant was the young, so you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna relate to him more, but Devon older brother's the one that kind of put me in the loop, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Herm, Trug, you know? So this how me and Big Ant formulated. Me and Big Ant was going on mad little Mias, you know, little missions, and we was coming up. We was coming up big. Big Ant was, even though he was big in stature, you know what I'm saying, he had a good heart, and he gonna hold you down, and he gonna look out for you. So these are the things that I was like, damn, we just gonna be unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? So me and Big Ant was doing things, quite a few other individuals, but I gotta say this too. During the course of time, a lot of individuals happen to do other shit that erase them out of the equations, you know what I mean? And, you know.
But when you saw Big Ant in C-74, you said he was trying to get home?
No, Big Ant was more so like, he knew my situation. So he was like, yo, they gonna split us up. You're going to the building. I might be going to the sprung. So let's chill right here for as long as we could possibly chill, right? Because when that separation come, next thing I'm gonna be trying to get home so I could, you know what I mean? Come deal with you. So I'm like, all right. And Big Ant is one of the dudes that did come up and see me in the cap. You know what I mean?
But you ended up getting into a dispute with them dudes, with the dudes that was in Marv.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what happened. Some dudes from the Bronx came through, right? And they jumped on the phone, and they was dead in the phone, right?
All right, let's not speed that. So you said one day. So it was tension over the phone. You was getting on the jack, or what was going on?
All right. For me, I came pressing off the. This is why I had to fight all them dudes, right?
So you came in the dorm and you started pressing for the jack.
I started pressing for the jack.
And dudes was giving you. Big Ant was trying to tell you to chill out.
And I'm like, yo, Ant, bro, like, serious.
So who was it that you approached for the jack initially?
I can't remember exactly who, but I know it was Mike. It was a dude named Shy from Brooklyn. They had their dudes with them. I can't remember them all, but I know it was one I used to fight like day and every day. Ballhead dude from Uptown. And we used to just go at it, cause anytime it's just to be like, yo, this nigga don't get it. Right? This is what they would say to me.
But what I'm saying, but you was telling them you had to get on the jack, and they was trying to deny you.
It wasn't no telling them, no, I'm going to get on the jack. I'm getting on the jack, and then I'm rocking out, and my back is to the joint, watching the whole dorm while I'm rocking, right? So they wasn't liking that, right? So I had to fight. I fought, and then the next day, I'm doing the same thing.
So niggas was mad because you was just acting like you wasn't getting off the jack.
I wasn't getting off the jack.
And so after you get off the jack, niggas was trying to run down on you?
After I get off the jack, that's what it became. It became a regular thing like that. So then they try to monitor nigga, yo, don't. And then it was like, don't let him get on the phone. Don't let me get on the phone. All right, so it's time to go, right? Then began to be like, yo, just chill for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So these was the things going back and forth. So after a while of that went on for a while. You know what I mean? And the Bronx dudes came in, right? And they pulled a move like me. They just got on and just stayed rocking. So then I'm looking, right?
Yeah, you said niggas you said niggas be like, yo, to the Bronx niggas, you said niggas used to be like, yo, bro, you gotta get off the jet. Niggas just be ignoring them niggas.
Now don't get me wrong, right? This is why I always say I fuck with my Bronx niggas. So now my Bronx niggas was pulling the move, but I'm looking at, I was saying, see, I knew, right?
But what the Bronx niggas was doing, or how they was violating?
First of all, the Bronx niggas came in straight up like steppers, son. They wasn't playing. How many of them? It was three of them, right? I was doing something, right? Because I already rocked out. Had my fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back in there talking to Ant and somebody else. And it was another dude from Franklin Ave. I don't remember who it was that was there with us too, and he was like, yo, just chill, son. But the Bronx dudes came in, because you know you look up every time somebody come in. All right, they from the Bronx. Somebody asked me, yo, we from the Bronx. They was like, yo, we from the Bronx. All right, cool. So them niggas waited for a minute like, yo, them niggas got on the joint, right? They got on the joint. They was right. Now, I'm not paying attention because you know you doing this, that, and the third. So then I know they was on the joint for a minute. I was like, okay. I said, let me see what these clowns, you know what I'm saying? Looking at these dudes is trying to, yo, you remember the Nexon?
He's trying to get a Bronx niggas.
They're trying to get a Bronx niggas the Moeto sign, like, yo. Nigga spin on them, right? So now I'm seeing it play out. This show went on for like a good hour, right? After the count, you know what I mean? Jump right back on.
Oh, the Bronx niggas?
The Bronx niggas jump right back on, right? So check it. I'm like, yo, so y'all ain't gonna press them, right? Niggas is ass, just like this type
niggas
shit.
Was acting scared to press the Bronx niggas?
Yeah, they ain't pressing the Bronx niggas. See, but I already know, but I don't know what everybody else know. I already know, like, y'all been in here too long anyway, right? So y'all way overboard, right? Y'all doing something that I can't put my hands and my fingers on.
So these niggas was trying to stay in the orientation dorm for longer so that they could just run the dorm and shit?
This is what I was perceiving.
But you know the police be doing that because they like...
They like certain people who run the dorm. I get that. However, even fuck with the police like, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, right? Everybody in the building like, yo, these dudes still over. Everybody gonna formulate their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, dudes, so I said, all right, it's time to leave. Yo, Big A, I can't do it no more, bro. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? So I went and I set it off on the Bronx dudes. Now, people would say like, damn, why you just set it on them niggas instead of setting on the Bronx niggas? See, because my mind says like, we're all leaving, right? So now, since we're all leaving, I want to see how y'all gonna handle yourself where it's it's on time and all the time.
What you mean? You went and set it off on the Bronx niggas?
I set it off on the Bronx niggas, right? So the Bronx niggas might thinking I'm with these niggas, right? But I'm not with these niggas. I'm dealing with oppression from these niggas every day.
The Bronx niggas wasn't letting nobody else get on the joint?
All I know is that when they came in, they got on the joint. After the count, they got back on the joint. So to me, I'm like, oh, I like the way they moving. They ain't saying shit. You gonna see through actions. You know what I'm saying? This is how this going down. If dudes ain't like it, get at it. Dudes wasn't getting at it. You know what I'm saying? So I go and set it on them, the Bronx dudes. So after I set it on them, they had all their minions jump on the boys, right? We all basically get kicked out, right? So now when we get kicked out...
What happened with the Jersey kid? He came in...
What happened with the Jersey kid? The Jersey kid came in, the Jersey kid have the... Wait a minute. Was the phones able to call out of state at this time? I can't remember that. I don't think they was able to call out of state because the phones was free. But I don't think you could call out of state. I'm not sure on that one. Don't quote me on that. But,
Now, so hold on. So before the Bronx kids came in, the Jersey kid got cut?
Yeah.
All right, so what happened with the Jersey kid? So basically, all right, so boom. While this phone situation is going on, a Jersey kid comes in and sees
Muslim,
that it's
good brother.
And he sees that there's some tension over the phone between you and the rest of these other
He's
dudes.
seeing the fight every day, right? So he comes to me, he like, yo, I see what you going through, Op. Yo, Op, I'm down with you. I'm with you. So I'm like, bro, like, nah, it ain't even that. You know what I'm saying? So now he was like, so now he's being around Anthem. He's hearing Anthem like, yo, just chill. He's hearing both sides, right?
Who, the Jersey?
The Jersey dude, my brother Op. So he more so like, nah, we could just get it on. So then I'm like, I really don't even need you to get it on with me, you know what I'm saying? Because I could easily get everybody out of here and let Big Ant and y'all reap the benefits. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, one day I said, fuck it. I was like, yo, niggas come to the back, man. Let's just get at it, man. I'm tired of this shit. So upon that time, right, I done went to the V, I got the hammer, I'm hammered up now, right? So I'm like, yo, just come to the back, right? So Pop comes to the back. Now Pop just got there, you know what I'm saying? He's a Harlem dude. So Pop comes to the back. Now I ain't even grippy or nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm on some pluck out shit, cause during the fights, dude's saying I'm plucking shit out. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a long strap, but I'm still plucking out. Pop comes to the back. When Pop comes to the back, Pop comes straight back there and tries to blow me, right? This was an isolated situation. When I went and told niggas to come in the back, Pop came.
What was it that made you say, yo, fuck that, come to the back? Like, what happened that particular day?
It was just, you know, some days you could listen to your man, and then some days it's like, man, fuck this, man. You know what I mean? Like, fuck all this shit. They not structured like that. You know what I'm saying? They not sanctioned like that. You know what I'm saying? I fuck this. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, come to the back. So Pop jumps up, come to the back, right? Now, when he come to the back, obviously his intentions ain't to even get it on at all. His intentions is just to whop me. So when he comes to the back, so I bounce up off the wall, start walking his way, because he was like this. So he just reached and tried me. So I weave. So when I weave, you know, that's when I backed out. Now he started running to the front of the dorm through the aisles, right? And I just tried to do of course he was sitting on the bunk, so when he ran, he tried to grab him low. He grabbed him low, like by the waist, in an attempt to try to slam him. But Pop had the Roscoe in his hand, so
he didn't know that Pop had the Roscoe.
He didn't know.
And you know, I want to say this for the record. Last time we told this story, a few years ago, you know, I was laughing.
Yeah.
Hold on, just chill.
Man.
Chill, listen, chill. All right, listen.
My Jersey Ox, son. It's really real serious shit. He stepped up like a stormtrooper. He just didn't have the right gear on. Son. Come on, lad, son. Something's wrong with you, son. For real, son.
Nah, for real, something is. Nah, what the fuck is wrong with me, bro? Why is this shit? Nah, I gotta set this straight.
Yo, look. Yeah, you laughed at this shit, cuz.
Yo, nah, man, this shit ain't even funny. Like, listen, now some jokes. Nah, all right. Hold on. Now, all jokes aside, though.
Damn, son.
Yo, chill.
Yo, my bro Ock, right? Ock stepped up, right? Ock stepped up, and Ock.
Now I'm laughing. I don't want to fuck up your story while I'm laughing. And I'm just
good.
All right, let me just get these tears out my eye. Hold on. Yo, well, yeah, now I just want to say that last time this dude told a story, this dude always makes me laugh, you heard? So when he spoke about Ock getting cut, I laughed. I was immature about it. And now I'm being an adult and saying that shit ain't funny, somebody getting cut.
Hell no.
But the way he said it made me laugh. So I wasn't laughing at the dude getting cut because that's not funny. I was just laughing at the way he said it. But, you know, I'm growner now. But you said, so after the kid tried to blow your shit, he just dipped off and tried to run down the aisle because he seen you had the joint?
He didn't see shit.
So he just tried to do
a quickie.
And then just bounce?
You know what I'm saying?
And you said, who was just sitting there watching you go through this shit all the time,
right.
He felt like he wanted to help. He felt like he wanted to be of some assistance with that shit, even though you really didn't need that. But he just was tired of seeing you go through it.
And didn't want him to go through that. Why? Because understanding, like, this is a good Muslim brother, right? I don't know if he turned Muslim or he was Muslim already, but Jersey got a big population of Muslims out there. So, you know what I mean? Not only him being Muslim, but he's from Jersey, so he don't know the dynamics of everything that... He don't know the dynamics of everything that goes into this shit. He don't know about the cheeking, you know what I'm saying, spitting it out your mouth. He don't know about none of these things. All he knows is that he came in the midst, he came in the house, he gravitated towards, like, the good guys, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, every day, I was being counseled to chill, you know what I mean? Like, every day, like, most of the day, lads. You know what I'm saying?
And how deep was the unit that was, you know, running the dorm?
It was basic shit. You know, motherfucker had... it was more so like... It wasn't a total uptown house, but it was gearing towards that.
So they even had... So you're trying to say that even... So uptown kind of even had Brooklyn in line?
Yeah. I'm not... Look,
in this particular
house, it was, yeah. Mike kind of, yeah, he was, I'm not going to say it was his house, though, but I'm going to say he had a lot of say-so on, you know, dictating policy at that particular time, you know, and, so, with that being said, you know, but it wasn't like all shots that was occurring he was calling them. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes, you know, for instance, when people see, like, damn, this dude be fighting these niggas every day, but he's not stopping. You know, somebody else will get encouraged.
Yeah, people will gravitate towards you because, you know, they see you standing up for yourself.
Right.
Anytime you standing up for yourself, somebody gonna want to stand up for you with you.
Right, or with you.
So you saying when his son tried to cut you, he missed, and he tried to run up the aisles.
He did run up the aisle.
And the Jersey kid grabbed him.
And the Jersey kid sitting down just like this while he's dashing by, he goes to grab him. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't see. He probably thought he just tried to swing at me. Because he's sitting there watching it. You know what I'm saying? So when he tried to see, I didn't run right after him. But look. Listen. Nah. I didn't run right after them. I kind of dipped, got it out, unwrapped, and then went after him. By the time I did all that and going after him, it was just a sad
So he grabbed the kid Pop by his waist and tried to slam him.
But it didn't work out. And Pop just was giving him the business. But Pop also...
He cut him like highway.
All in his face, all in his head.
Several times?
Several times, one of them get up off me joints. You with me? Pop know I'm coming behind him. So he was moving fast. Like, I seen him spread his legs. He whopped him, pushed him to the side, and kept going to the bubble. You know what I'm saying? By that time, I get up there. It's just a mess here. You know? And then I'm like, damn. So then it's one of them situations where, alright, let me get this dude. You know what I mean? So I goes up there, but he's at the bubble like, I go back to Ock, I'm like...
What you mean? He ran to the bubble to get up, to tell him to come out, take him out the crib?
He got up out of there.
After he blew fire out of son?
After he blew fire.
So the police came in there and saw that son was cut?
Yeah, they saw he was cut. Right? They saw he was cut. Pop ain't get no ticket. He just got moved to another house.
And they kept Ock in the dorm cut? Or they brought him back eventually?
This is where it gets blurry. I don't know what happened to Ock, man. I think I seen Ock in passing in the hallway sometime after that. So
then after Ock got cut, they got him out of there. They got the kid Pop out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Now you in there going through the same shit again when the Bronx dudes coming.
Nah, it wasn't. By that time now, I'm not having fights no more. I'm blickied up. So I'm not having fights. I'm just like, yo, now this is what I'm saying. Yo, we all gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna leave. That's just it. Let's see how niggas conduct themselves in population. And so now nobody ain't sending the minions, ain't getting sent at me no more. But this wasn't like a after that it was only like maybe a week, less than a week before I blew it all up. You know what I'm saying? And we got up out of there.
So you popped off on the Bronx niggas just so that the whole house could get blown up and everybody could get moved out of there.
See, I had a plan, right? The plan was I was gonna pop it on the Bronx dudes, slither to the side and let these dudes all boom, 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 and then they get jammed up and caught up. You know, I was feeling like I used one of them Midtown strategies, you know what I mean? But it didn't work. They got me up out of there. They got me all up in that bunch too. Got us all up out of there, right? And when we got up out of there, they sent us to Ag Seg, right? Now when we went in Ag Seg, I'm saying to myself, yo, I don't deserve this type of attention right here. Ag Seg, you, that's it. You right.
Who they sent to Ag Seg? The whole house?
All of us. Everybody went to Ag Seg. You know what I'm saying? So, you up in Ag Seg. Who's in there?
That you can remember. Already.
You know who was in there? Lehman Nelson was in there. You know what that is?
Ooh.
That's Trini. That's who caught that was in the Crown Heights riots. And he beat it, but the Fed snatched him up.
Yeah.
He was up in there. I knew him from the town. Lowe was in there. Lowe from, I don't know where Lowe from. Lowe was his name was Polo. He was a boosting dude. Where he was from? That was Dawu co-defendant. I think he's from Albany Projects. Lowe was up in there. Who else was up in there? My dude, rest in peace. Oh man, son. It begins with an E, man. Brother got killed. Went home and got killed. I think I forgot. But it was some hitters in there. And then, but they was getting dictated to from the being. One man, which was right under them. You know what I mean? So, one man used to always, dudes from up there used to send one man food and all that. So one man used to be like, all the dudes in one man used to be like, oh, yo, who just came up there? Mad people just came out of the mills, mad sales closing. So, but that was also an up north house. When you come from upstate, they send you to Ag Seg with your Barclays on and your good trench coat, your beige trench coats and the brown polyester suit. You know what I mean? With the clip on top, white shirt. So you'll come there as well. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of up north dudes that was coming in. And that next day, up north dude, Pie-Face Shot. You know he from the Ville. You know Pie-Face Shot.
I think I know the shot you talking about.
Me and him had a fight in Kaksaki. But he came through. And he was on timing from the jump. The way he was clicking the Barclays as he was coming through the corridor. You know, I said, well, damn. This nigga looked like he... Sure enough, the next day came out. Nigga backed out a pen. Stabbed Mike Murder, snatched his chain. It was like, yo, I don't even want this shit. Just give me some garments and some eatery.
Oh, you talking about Shot Kim from my projects?
Shot Kim?
Yeah, you talking about light skinned Shot Kim from my projects?
I know, I call him Pie-Face Shot.
I think you're talking about Shot King from my project.
Saying that, I'm just saying he was a wild boy for that time. He had no concerns about humanity.
And you said son came to the you said he came and he pulled out a pen and did what?
He snatched the chain, man. He snatched the boy chain. Told the boy, I don't even want this shit. Put together me some good outfits and some eateries, and I'll get his shit back, man. I'm just coming from up north, man. I don't give a fuck about nothing down here. I said, oh shit. You know what I mean? You know a cold-blooded motherfucker when you come across a cold-blooded motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, this motherfucker stutter stepping in the day room with the dude, ain't get it on with the dude. We locked in, and then he like, yo, you can send me a sweater, 2 pair of pants so I can get to this dude. I said, man, I'm not contributing to nothing with that. Nigga rob me. I'm not paying. I'm not paying. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing for you. You know what I mean? But I did send him a Raiders sweater. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm lying. I ain't sent him shit. I gave the Raiders sweater to Shot. That's what happened. I gave the Raiders sweater to Shot. Yo, here, man. You don't got shit, man. Here. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, good looking. And then we went to Population. And we all went to Mod 8. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes went on the side where dudes from my projects was over there at. You know what I'm saying? So, that weekend went on the VI.
Who went on that side?
All them dudes.
The ones you was beefing with?
Well, I wasn't really beefing with them. You know what I'm saying? It was a matter of, they were saying I can't rock on the phone with the Muerto sign, and I was like, man, I'm rocking out. After I finish rocking out, a Doja come, we get it on. So we get it on, and we get it on, and we get it on, till I went and got the burner. When I got the burner, I was cool for a minute. Because matter of fact, Ant got me my burner. I was cool for a minute because he was like, yo, I don't want you to blow it up and lose it. I don't want you to get caught with it. So I was cool with it for a minute. And then that's when the day I was like, no, fuck that. Come to the back. So now moving forward, we had, we was in Mod 8. I was on the side, and my dude Columbia was in there. Shout out to my man Columbia. Both Columbias. Real dudes. Columbia was in there and shit. And Columbia was like, yo, bro, you good, you good. So I was like, yeah, but I ain't staying here long. You know what I mean? So I think a Friday, a Thursday or something, I was on the phone talking to Joy, right? I ain't even call around the way tap into the hood, but brothers had went to a party and boys had caught them boys from the middle side up in the joint. You know what I'm saying? A little discrepancy occurred and, things went down. Shots got fired. My team came out squeaky clean. You know what I mean?
You said in the party?
In the party.
In the projects?
Spot, in the spot. No, in the party around the projects, outside the projects. You know what I mean? Boys got boys. So, dudes across the hall on the north side had got wind what had happened. I didn't get wind what had happened. So it was a matter of like, damn, that nigga say people did that. You know what I'm saying? Say over there, say right there, right now. And that was it. That was the battery in the back. And then coming out the mess hall.
So you saying that when you went to Mod 8, it was dudes on the other side of Mod 8 that was from your hood, and they got word that they peoples got hit up, and it was your peoples that did it.
Yeah.
And you ain't even know what was going on.
I didn't know what was going on, but here's the thing. Shout out to my dude Stevie Lugo, but Stevie, he come through and he'd be like, yo, we don't do that While we in the pen, we don't do that getting it on type shit. Unless it's some outstanding shit. Anything other than that, that shit get deaded. Because we did have issue with the middle side niggas, but we always on the island together. I just sent them some smoke. You know what I'm saying? That night before that. Sent them niggas some smoke. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't get on the phone and find out what was going on around the way. I was chopping it up with the chick that came through. So they knew. So lunchtime on the walkout, them niggas transformed. Nah, he transformed. You know what I mean? Crept up on me and blew me. You know what I mean? And when he blew me...
You said that was behind the gate? When you come out
behind
the
gate. When you come behind the mess hall, at that time, they was lining us behind the gate and they locked the gate. You know what I'm saying? So we all locked up in there. So, you know, I'm not even playing a war because I'm not thinking, ain't nothing to really think about. You know what I'm saying? So, boy just crept up on me and blew me. I had the Nautica jacket on. You remember the ones with the white sleeve with the blue letters? It got to be green or blue with the yellow in the hood. It got a hood that could come out in the back. You know what I'm talking about? Remember them? So I had on one of them boys. And I looked down and that shit was just leaking all on the white arm, just coming down that shit. And I was like, oh shit. So I touched my shit. I was like, oh shit. So I spent around at the back to go to the back. And that shit just opened up like the seas parted and shit. And it was just like niggas was just there, gripped up. So now you look at niggas' hands, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right. And I said, yo, get me up out of here. I got wet. They got me up out of there. And that was my first encounter. You know what I mean? That's what started it off. You know what I'm saying? No more cool guy. You know what I mean? And it was a whole...
So what they did, they took you to the infirmary and stitched your shit up?
Took me to the infirmary, stitched it up.
They ain't take you to no hospital?
No hospital, hell no. Because a lot of people was going to hospitals at these times. You know what I'm saying? So now I was an infirmary type of situation. Right on deck, right on hand, but my shit was swole, you know. So they basically put me in kind of like a calm house, like Mod 4 Upper. I wasn't in Mod 2, I was in Mod 4. Matter of fact, I was in Mod 2 Upper. I was up there with Bad Vibes, them Chinese boys, David and them boys, and that was a calm setting right there. You know what I mean? So I was up there recouping. You know what I mean? And that's when I found out what happened around the way. Because I called, I'm like, yo, check out what happened. But before I could even say that, they was like, yo, yip, yo, on the yip, yo. Yo, we done yin yang, you know what I'm saying? Thum tak, you know what I'm saying? Riddick Bold on them boys. So I'm like, word. They like, hell yeah, son. So I'm like, word. So I said, no wonder. I said, yo, this boy just cut me. They said, get the fuck out of here. I said, word to mother. I said, damn. They said, damn, why you ain't called yesterday? I said, yo. He was like, faggot motherfuckers. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm about to go over there. I'm like, chill, son. Don't chill, son, cause, you know what I mean? This shit gonna get handled, you know what I mean? So that's when he gave me the whole rundown, like, yo, I said, I got you, I get it, I got you, you know what I mean? And that was the start of the whole thing. Now keep in mind, remember, Stevie Lugo was more so like, yo, we don't rock like that in here, you know what I'm saying? So now, you know, Stevie Lugo is he's a great figure, you know what I'm saying? In the hood, so everybody's gonna take heed to what he laid down because he done been through this shit, you know what I'm saying, and give him real accountability on how it go. So we like, alright, cool. So, and he really broke it down like, yo, with all this Spanish and black shit, you know what I'm saying, we don't indulge in that because that shit ain't like that around our way. You know what I'm saying? You know, so don't get caught up in this shit. Don't let that shit consume you. You know what I'm saying? We don't bang against each other in this shit. You know what I'm saying? We hold each other down. You know what I'm saying? It's like for green override everything. Now, if the shit is outstanding, that's something totally different. You know what I mean? Them niggas just handle their issue. You know what I mean? So, in that light, you know, this is how that occurred. You know what I mean?
So that was the first time you got cut, but you had got cut in the street too.
Oh yeah, that's why I had and this is where it comes. I don't know, I feel like Allah was kind of giving me like testing me, like, okay, boy cut you out of the street, you do that, so alright, so now I'm gonna make sure this happening. You gonna do that to everybody?
Yes. So for the viewers who may not be familiar, you know, we did another story. It's called On the Run for Murder in Brooklyn by Sequans, right? And in that story, you know, the bro explains how we'll go through this story on one of these podcasts too, but just for the viewers that's listening now, you know, the bro explains how, you know, he caught a murder charge over getting cut in the streets. Somebody cut him in the streets, and he ran back into that person, and things transpired. So he came through at this time for that particular homicide charge, and he was on Rikers Island when he got cut for that first time.
Right.
Now, after you got cut that first time, where did they send you to after that? When you came back out, they sent you back. They sent you back to your crib.
Nah. When I came out of Mar 4 Upper, I was on a tour, bro. I don't know if we opened up Mar 2. No, we opened up 2 Upper. Because 2 Upper was closed. It became an adult house after like the 90s when the Bronx had it. They closed it for a minute. I think put adults in there. I think we opened that up. Or did I go to Mar 9? I can't remember precise.
I remember you said you came back down to where.
No,
bro, that cut you was at.
No, I had to request to go back there. I requested to go back there. I requested to go back to Mar 8 so I could get my get back. But when I made that request, I was already in either 2 Upper or Mar 9, right? And whichever one, I might have been in 2 Upper because it ain't no getting out of Mar 9. You know what I mean? Just the being. So I might have been in 2 Upper, and what happened is I requested to go to Mar 8. I dragged all my shit while they was on the school floor. And, you know, I seen boy, and I was like, yo, I'm just coming to get to the business. So he like, alright. And, that day, we went out to chow, and, now we wasn't lining up against the gate. I ain't even pay attention to that. We wasn't lining up behind the gate no more. Now we line up in front of the gate. And when you at that particular mess, when you line up in front of the gate, the captain's office is straight ahead. You know what I mean?
In the bubble, the captain's bubble.
No, the bubble is right there, the door where you open up with the captain's office, not the bubble.
Right in front of the mess hall.
See, because my intention wasn't to kill him. My intention was to hurt him. You know what I mean? That's on God. You know what I mean? That wasn't my intentions to man down him. My intention was just to hurt him. Let him know. You know what I mean? You play with knives, niggas play with guns. You know what I'm saying?
Hey yo, this is actual footage of the 3 cuts on my bro Saquon face, you heard? Check the story.
Like, oh nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. I'm about to get this done now. So boom, put the tray, goes out there. So now when I go out there, it's not like, nah, you can't go where you want. Start from, you know, either they saying start from the front or line up. So boy is in the front, right? So by the time they telling me, yo, you line up right there, right? So when I line up right there, you just gotta wait for a minute until, because when you start moving to the line, they gonna be on you, the pigs, you know what I mean? You wait till a little more people come and then you move your position. So in the course of me moving my position, going up to the front, somebody caught me, bam, right? He had a dojo on the line. So when I got caught, I got touched, it was like, I ain't look at it, I ain't even look at the dude. I went straight at him, you know what I mean? Because I already knew where that came from. So I gets at him, I gets on him, I jumps on him, he backs out. He had a little pick. He backs it out, but he can't, I'm on him, so he can't get, but I'm on him, I can't get him like I want to get him. So during the course of that, I had to knock him down to the floor. So I gets him down to the floor. But by this time, we scrappling and struggling and scrawling and scribbling to the point where we in front of the captain's office, right? The door closed, but we right at the door right there getting at it. So he trying to, but I'm blocking him. It just reminded me of UFC grappling on the floor. Somebody trying to put you in the Cobra clutch, but you trying to get them in the figure four. So every time I try to get him, it's like but then I kind of got him, and then I caught him, right? But when I catch him, right, I get kicked in the face. The captain's door opened, it kicked me in the face, so I threw the hammer, and I wasn't leaking, but
You said you got hit with that pick a little bit?
I got hit with that pick. Yeah, he hit me with that pick, but it wasn't penetratable. It wasn't enough, you know what I mean? And but I didn't get him like I wanted to get him, you know what I mean? So they separated us, put us in the YME, and he was like, yo, damn, son, like, yeah, that should be it, man. I said, nah, get the fuck out of here. That shit ain't it. I said, I ain't satisfied, man. I'm just not satisfied, man. You know, so that was the end of the conversation into the next meeting. And most of the rest of the meetings was on the visit floor. Outside the visit floor, before you go on or when you come off. You know what I mean? Yeah. We both was A to L. He just wasn't getting a lot of visits, so I wasn't seeing him all the time. You know? And then his brother came through. So when his brother came through, I was more so like, oh, okay, I'm about to get at him because he came through with pens all up in his shit. You know what I'm saying? From getting clapped up. You know what I'm saying? But I still was going to do him filthy. But I ain't never get that opportunity. Yeah, but that's the origins of that. That's just the beginning saga of it all. And that right there is just, you know, the introduction. You know what I mean? Because, you know, when certain shit happens, it kind of, it changes you. You know what I mean?
How much time you did for that manslaughter charge that you had?
Man, I had a 7 to 21. But you know, so I really had a hit bid, but I kind of ain't helped the situation up north. You know what I mean? I ain't get no new one, but I wound up doing 17 and a half off that. You know, hard labor.
In that situation, you know, that played out with you catching that case, like, what was the problem between you and the dude that, you know, ended up losing his life or his peoples or whatever? Like, why was y'all beefing in the first place in the streets?
That's a good question. You know what? The truth of the matter is that every issue I ever had was somebody else's. You know what I mean? It was a dude that I was cool with. I go pick up a dude from school, right? Now, when he with me, you know, he my guy, but you never know how individuals get handled around their way or where they school be at. You know what I'm saying? I would think that a dude is kind of respected or, you know, but you know, that I guess that wasn't the case, because I go around there and I go pick him up. I pick him up and we walking, and when we walking, it's like it's just two dudes just sitting down and they just screwing the shit out of us, and I'm like, what the fuck is these dudes? Like, what the fuck is y'all looking at? But they know him.
This was at Crown Heights?
This was in the Heights. You know what I'm saying? I left from school, went up to the Heights to go pick him up. He was going to 391, and I go pick him up, and this junior high school shit. So,
how old are you at this time?
At this time, man, I'm like 14. You know what I'm saying? Fresh in Sarah J. You know what I mean? But he's still in junior high. My little man. Right? So I go up to his school to get him, and dudes is just screwing him. So I'm like, what the fuck is y'all looking at? So they jump up real quick, like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga ass. I don't know who the fuck who you is, but this is what I got from the way they jumped up. So when they jumped up, you know, at this time my hand was wrapped up from this cut right here, from hitting the jewelry store window. I spoke on that too. I told that story too. So this was all wrapped up, bandaged up, but you know, I still could fight. You know what I mean? So when boy jumped up, we started getting it on. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm getting it on with him.
This was in front of the school?
No, this is on the side of the school, because we left the school, but these dudes hang out on the side. I guess they hang out on a route where motherfuckers walk through. I don't know. I don't be up here with that spot. So I'm getting it on with him, and then when I'm getting it on with him, I turn around, I see his man got my man in a chicken wing. Like, you know when somebody got you in a dope yoke, right? And he just winged up, his wings all in the air, and he ain't resisting, he ain't trying to fight or nothing. So I'm like, damn, yo, get up off my man. Boop. Go punch him. But this dude come behind me and try to get me, but I dipped out of that, so we getting it on again. Next thing I know, the cops came. The cops came, yo, y'all stop, split us up, but the cop is right there talking to us. This dude punched me in my face right in front of the cop. Gave me an eye jammy, bro. So I was like, damn. I said, all right. So now as we dipping, I'm not asking my man like, yo, who is these dudes? And he not telling me. You know what I'm saying? So what happened after that? Time go past.
Oh, Chip.
What happened? Son is
wrong. Just a little bit laugh out, Chip.
Son is wrong. This shit is not right, man.
Chip, I gotta edit this shit out.
Come on, son.
Because he was like, nigga punching your face in front of the cops. He was like, damn. So after that happened, after the police showed up and that situation happened, they made y'all separate and y'all bounced?
Yeah, I bounced off. Actually, I ran. I was so mad I ran. It was like I was just fucking mad. You know what I'm saying?
So what the police did, though? They just broke y'all up?
They broke us up. He punched me in my face, right? And I dipped. The fuck? Police couldn't do shit. I got snuffed because of the police. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, yo, man. Listen, man.
And so you dipped off, and then when was the next time you seen that dude?
The next time I seen him was a summer, right? Maybe the summer next year, right? I was in a stick shift. I was in a Toyota Supra stick shift, right? And I had burnt this clutch out, so I had this individual that was with me. So I had him pushing it, you know what I'm saying? While I try to get it started so we could dip back out, but he was mad weak, so I had to fucking get out and tell him what to do in the driver's seat as I push from the back. So as I'm pushing, I see this dude. He goes in the store. I'm in the middle of the block, but he's going in the corner store. So I said, oh shit, yo, push this shit to the side. Fuck this, right? Push this to the side. Waited outside the store till he came out. He came out. He had a 40, right? So I said, yo, you remember me, right? And he was like, oh, nah.
This was before he cut you?
This is when he cut me.
Oh, okay, all right, so that.
So I'm like, oh, word? I said, all right, so look, this is what you going to do. I'm going to show you how to remember me. Boom! Snuffed him. He dropped the 40. So then we started fighting. Now my hand is healed, right? I'm fucking him up. But I'm just deliberately not getting him on the floor, stomping him. I'm just tactician, just plucking him out. You know what I'm saying? Plucking him out. So now, dudes in the park, they see it, right? And then the dude that I went to pick up from school, who come to find out that they used to be handling my dude, you know what I'm saying? But he comes right there, and he rooting me on, but yet and still, he ain't never still to this day and tell me who these dudes was or how they was handling them and why that happened or nothing, you know what I mean? So this is a word to the wise, man. Don't be quick to jump out in battles with motherfuckers and motherfuckers ain't handling their business, because motherfuckers will put on a perfect performance in front of you, but when they elsewhere, they don't got that same energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? You'll find yourself just doing some outlandish shit and taking 17 and a half years out of your life for some shit you don't even know. You know what I mean? So, that's a word to the wise right there. However, dude is right there. He commentating, yeah. So as I'm plucking dude out, he reaches. He gets the fucking, I don't know how he reached, because I ain't seen him. But then, when I'm about to go in again and pluck him, dude says, yo, watch out, he got a razor. So by the time I heard that, I was already in this area like Mike, like Iron Mike. You know what I'm saying? And he just wet it. Bam! So I stepped back. I had on the blue, I'll never forget, I had on the blue with the green pipe and Lecoq Sportif sweatsuit. And that shit just started dripping down my shit. And by the time I'm looking at that shit like that shit is a movie, like, oh shit. And then when I looked up at him, he jetting, he dipping. And that's when I touched my shit, and I was like, it was in my head, on my ear, you know what I mean? And coming down. So
you said a piece of your ear was hanging?
A piece of my ear was hanging. He had one of them good boys, them orange boys, pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? Didn't lock it. So when he wronged me, it wasn't it was a chop. You know what I mean? So that right there, that kind of fucked me over. You know what I'm saying? Because after I started feeling my shit dangly, I don't know, son. I kind of blanked out, son. I just got so mad, son. Because I'm like, all these motherfuckers, why the fuck is these motherfuckers around me and I'm getting cut? By this time, he done dally. He done crossed the street and he's out. So by the time I looked at him, after I'm thinking all this, I'm kind of fast. So I dipped, catching up with him. But I couldn't catch up with him. So he ran. This had to be a trap. He ran in the trap. And I'm screaming, so I fucking picks up a broken vacuum and swing that shit and throw that shit up there. So then he comes out the window. He got a wop, a oo-wop. So I said, oh, okay. I dips. You know what I'm saying?
He let it off or just pointed?
He didn't let it off. He just pointed it. So I said, all right, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm mad. right?
And how old are you at this time? Like 16 now or 15?
Maybe 15, because I was 16 when I first caught the case. You know what I'm saying? So after that, that's when I put, because I'm not staying over there. So I put word out like, yo, look, man, when y'all see this dude, man, yo, man, just call my crib. But I'm not staying at my crib, you know what I'm saying? I'm staying downtown, you know what I mean? And so just so happened, maybe a year later, I go back over there, staying at my mom's crib. My mom's ain't there, so I'm sleeping on the floor in the room. And I get the call. Yo, old boy is up here. I said, what? Got dressed. And went down there, went up to the school, ain't see him. Then I said, yup, niggas could be coming this route. This the route niggas be coming. You know what I'm saying? Went up the route, I ain't see him, but I seen Big Ant. Big Ant and Black was in the battle van. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, man, look, I need y'all niggas to drive around the block and come and pick me up. They like, yo, what's up? I said, yo, man, just drive around the block and pick me up, man. I'm about to handle something. So Big Ant was like, all right, man, we going around the block, man. They dip. As soon as they dip, I went to go keep walking up that way. Motherfuckers was coming out the store. You know what I mean? And so I'm recognizing, I'm looking from the back. So motherfuckers ain't turning around. Motherfuckers oblivious. So I runs up and I kicks him from the back. Boom, when I kick him from the back, he stumbles, almost falls, turns around, like, what the fuck? So now his people, like, they turn around. So I said, yo, you remember me, right? So he looked, then he looked down, then he looked back up. So he like, nah. So I said, well. So I looks at this man, I looks at him. This is when he drops the knapsack down to his arms.
His man or the kid?
No, the kid is with two other dudes, right? Come to find out, one was his brother and one was his man, right? His man was the same dude that was there that had my man in the dope yo chicken wing. You know what I'm saying? So I remember him. I don't remember this dude as his brother. So I'm like, yo, alright, I'm gonna help you. Yo, y'all could break out. You know? And they like, yo, chill. I backs it, right? So they like, yo, chill. Now at this time, they done do my, because now he's calling my name. You know what I mean? Like, yo, chill, you know, saying the name. And I'm like, boy, I don't know you. I'm not even acknowledging you. So now I'm just focused on, yo, you. Now, if he dropped the knapsack, it's like they trying to talk to me while he's trying, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? But I clapped him. You know what I mean? And when I clapped him, them dudes kind of took off. You know what I'm saying? But then one of them grabbed a nappy, and when I was across the street, they start hitting. Big Ant them, I don't know where they was at, but they ain't make it back around the block fast enough, or they just wasn't coming. You know what I'm saying? So I ran down the hill. When I ran down the hill, I see them. So they like, yo. I said, yeah. They said, all right, come on, let's go. Went to Black crib. You know what I'm saying? And Black got me right. You know, and I dipped. I went across the street, and I watched the motherfuckers go to my crib. Word. So
You watch who go to your crib?
them boys with the trench jackets.
And you said one of your mans is the one who came and told you of the news?
Yeah, this dude, he came and was like, yo, yeah, oh, and you know, when dudes, see, because my intentions wasn't to kill him, my intention was to hurt him. You know what I mean? That's on God. You know what I mean? That wasn't my intentions to man down him. My intention was just to hurt him, let him know. You know what I mean? You play with knives, niggas play with guns. You know what I'm saying? So, everything being real, when I got in the wind, and now I'm across the street doing my own logical, because I ain't telling nobody where I'm at right there. I'm just looking across the street. And then this nigga come in the crib, and he like, he's pumped, he's hype, he's amped, he happy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, son. That nigga's out of here, son. That nigga's out of here. That's just that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas know.
Hey, yo, make sure you tune in to that part 5, you heard? Go on Spotify, type in St. Laz, add that playlist. Major St. Laz bangers, nothing but heat. My biggest collabs, my best songs, my songs with King Taco, new King Taco fire. It's all on this playlist.
Somebody come that we don't want them to hear what we talking about, talk sports. Right? So start talking about Madge, put up a triple dub. You see Madge, boy, crazy. So it was a time I came in the building, and it just felt like a talk sports moment. So that made me feel like, damn, brothers is talking about me. If brothers talking about me, brothers about to off me. You know what I'm saying? As if I did something foul. Talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck is you talking about? Like, you happy? What the fuck is you happy? This shit is about to be sad. You know what I'm saying? And he like, nah, I'm saying, yo, son, fuck that. So when he said that, son, something just triggered in me. I jumped up and I started plucking this nigga. You know what I'm saying? The fuck you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Fuck you want? You know what I'm saying? You ain't hear that. So he looking up like, yo, the nigga, he out of here, son. What the fuck? You know, chill. You still on edge? And I'm like, come on, son. Come on, son. Nah, I don't even want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, son, later on, the motherfuckers with the fucking suits was going across the street, stepping straight to their business. I said, oh. You know how when your heart just sink for whatever reason, only thing you only could get a gasp out, like, oh. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. So me, being me, I gathered up my little coins and jumped on the next thing smoking. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this before we go into, you know, you being on the run and all of that. Like, if you woke up tomorrow and it was that day, an hour before you caught that case, you just woke up and you know that you went to the can and did 17 and a half years for that, and you got that phone call again. You 16 years old again, and you got that phone call, and somebody say, yo, that kid is on the block right now. And you the same person you was then, with the same reputation and all of that, but you know the future. What would you have did when you got that phone call again, if you woke up 16 tomorrow? You got cut. You still got cut.
I still feel
you had all that beef.
Got you. What I would have did, right? I still would have went and confronted him. Right? I'm not going to sit and try to mesmerize it. I still would have confronted him. I probably would have just pistol whipped him. That's what I would have did. Because truth of the matter, I had a pound with hollows. You know what I mean? So my aspect of...
But you said his man did have
yes,
a gun
and
on
still,
him.
yes, and still and all. And again, you know what I mean? Why I was going to confront him, because he steps up the notch. You know what I'm saying? I was fighting him with one hand. You know what I'm saying? Getting the best of him. Then I was good and healed. I was fucking him up. He backed out the rays on me, right? Cut me, right? So, and then backed out the ham out the window. You know what I'm saying? So, when I caught him, it was like, you point, I don't point when I pull it. You know what I'm saying? You getting hit. You think I'm saying? So that was my mindset at that particular time. Knowing what I know and just coming off that, even knowing the future, I wouldn't have, because see, when it comes to kids with guns, right? We don't know what could happen, right? Only thing we know is that we don't have a problem with shooting a motherfucker, right? But I don't think everybody's intentions is to kill. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the aspect of...
Yeah, you know, Shirazad Ali, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but you know...
she made 2 books.
In her book, in one of her books, I don't want to get books mixed up, because I think it's Are You Still a Slave? Or it might have been The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Men.
Mm-hmm.
But she's had a chapter where she was speaking about black men and how they kill is usually quick and spontaneous, and they usually kill somebody without really meaning to kill somebody, but shit happens. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to misquote what she said, but she broke it down how basically if you do the statistics to the way black motherfuckers catch homicides, is usually some spontaneous argument, spawn out, fight, that emotions got set, nigga pulled the gun, shot, didn't think,
emotions,
and killed the dude. You feel me? It wasn't most of the time a planned out, plotted out, yo, I'm gonna murder this dude, I'm gonna go over there and murder
feelings,
this dude.
or having feelings in it.
Yeah. And it just happened.
It just happens.
It just happened. And a lot of dudes had to go do a lot of time for some shit that just happened.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's a whole bunch of black people, black men, sitting in that penitentiary for shit that, when they left the house that day, they ain't have no intentions on killing nobody. They wasn't thinking about no shit like that. But something happened where they felt their respect was compromised. You feel what I'm saying? And some shit took place.
And there's another outlook to look at. A lot of motherfuckers be really scared. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of niggas catch bodies out of fear.
Out of fear. I know a lot of over a handful of motherfuckers that caught their bodies running away, not even looking where they shooting at. I know personally. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like...
I know dudes who killed people because dudes kept robbing them.
Yeah, yeah.
And they got tired of that shit and they hit somebody up.
Yeah, because they was building an animosity towards this particular person. It's so many different scenarios that, you know what I'm saying, I've seen and I'm familiar with, even if I didn't see that. And then you think about it, and it's like, damn, like, I mean, bro, like, and like, it goes back to the purpose of having this podcast. Like, so many brothers done perished in these streets, bro. You know what I'm saying? That it's kind of like, damn, this is really a high percentage part of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So to even be here at this particular day and age, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how the fuck, how are you still sound? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you, just like me, unfortunately had a fetish for weaponry, right? to the point where we stashing it all up under our mattress, like how it look. You know what I'm saying? Each gun position, you know what I'm saying, on the box spring, when you throw the matches on, you make sure on the door closed, and you looking at your shit, and you inspecting all of the arsenal, and you just want more. You know what I mean?
How did you first get an obsession with guns? Like,
me and Squeak was talking about this, and it was best stated that don't get into that aspect, right? But I would say that we was kind of directed, trained on how to break guns down, oil them up, you know what I'm saying, at different calibers, from some very wise, you know, infantry weaponmen. You know what I mean? And I don't want to put that out there. You know what I mean? But yeah, we had an assorted of heavy artillery for our age group, our dudes. Like,
when was the first time you had your own gun that was yours?
Well, I had a Deuce 5, but the firing pin was skipping. It wasn't hitting all the time. But it wasn't my. It was no. It was. I shared it. I shared it with two of my cousins. We all shared it, but I was on Bishop time, and before Bishop, like, I got it. I hold it. You know what I'm saying? I could stash it better. You know what I mean? And
where did y'all get that shit from? How did y'all obtain that? If that could be mentioned.
It was a fair trade. We got a fair trade. We knew the firing pin wasn't working. You know what I mean? But I used to get a lot of dirt bikes. You know what I'm saying? And I traded off a dirt bike where the motor was kind of choked, right? It got water in it. But that's what I thought. But dude wanted the bike. You know what I'm saying? And he said, yo, I got a Deuce 5, Smith & Wesson, wooden handle, chromey boy. I said, what? I said, I need that. He said, let's do the fair trade, no robbery. And that's how we got it. You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't shooting? Or it was shooting?
It wasn't shooting. It was basically, he said it wasn't shooting, but the firing pin, it skips. It don't hit all the time. He just had a bum clip that wasn't staying in. So when I got a new clip, it'll hit sometimes, and sometimes it'll skip. You know what I'm saying? Well, that was my first, and I was proud of that.
Yeah, nigga. Them 2.5 Ravens, back in the days, they had these shits called Ravens, 2.5.
Black boys.
My nigga, them shits, every firing pin in them shits break. Them shits was so cheap. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But you ain't getting, in Brooklyn, back in them days, you ain't getting rid of no guns because that shit don't shoot.
How dare you?
That shit still could be backed out.
And you could back once you got the power to back out. Oh, that speaks volumes, because everybody wasn't having toolies back then. You know what I'm saying? And the dudes that we was going up against, they was having taped up Trey 8s and just outdated Colts, and we was having 4/5s. You know what I'm saying? 9s, Glocks. You know what I'm saying? We was just too advanced, and they knew that. But they tried to put us in a situation like we was kind of like privileged, so y'all not tough. Do that kind of make sense?
What you mean privileged?
When I say privilege, is that, you know, the individuals that we had came up was in a position to afford us.
So what niggas was trying to feel like, you know, y'all got a bunch of older niggas hitting y'all with the official shit. Y'all ain't out there trying to scrape up a couple of joints yourself. Y'all just getting them handed to y'all.
Right. So with that mindset, they was like, I ain't gonna bust them shit. I don't bust them shits. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, word? And that's how that kind of went. You know what I mean? So, you know, But you know, we was dealing with haterism before it was popular. You know what I mean? We was dealing with snakes. Now this is where I think my most profound.
Now I don't want to skip around, but I want to keep track on some shit. Like after you caught that case, you said you was at that time you was staying in your mom's crib for a minute.
No, when I caught that case, I was staying with my grandmoms. My grandmoms,
right?
you know, in Gowanus.
All right, so you went on a run.
No, I was staying with my grandmoms. I went to my mom's crib, caught it. Then I went on the run. You got me.
And when you went on the run, you went and hid in Fort Greene Projects?
No, I went out of town. And when I went out of town, I was kind of just like, I was going through a metamorphosis, number one. Number two is that I was picking up on what could be accomplished down here, right? So I was like...
Where you was at?
I was in North Carolina, I was in South Carolina, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, right? And I was seeing what could be done. So what I did, I came back up top, you know what I'm saying? Got with the boy Ja, and told him like, yo man, look man, this situation is like this could get done like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was staying with him when I did come to the P's. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, word. So I said, fuck that, I'm coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really trying to entice him to come and, you know, see this situation and see what could get done out of it. And I could just generate a lot of bread real fast. I'm going to be on top of everything.
And you still 16 at this time?
Yeah, I'm 16 at this time, right? So... And of course, of coming back around the way, you know, that should have turned you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up there, like, right back at it. And what's ironic is that for me, the best place to be when you're on the run is kind of like out in the open, in a surrounding that's used to a lot of police activity, that's used to a lot of, you know, interesting characters where you won't stand out. And what's better place than that than in the P's? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was all right in the P's when I come up. I ain't even feel threatened. But if those D's that know me, I just gotta duck them. Regular blue and whites, new D's, I ain't even.
And at this time, homicide is coming. Is you what you hearing? Like what your family?
They knocking down. They still knocking down my mom's spot. They knocking down my grandmom's spot. You know what I'm saying?
What they telling them?
They want me and I'm wanted, and for them to tell them to turn myself in.
And you said, you know, it was a time, and I remember this from back in the days in the newspapers and on the news. It was a time where they was calling you to remember me murderer.
That is what they called me, because that got told to them by these guys. You got to remember, man, that's the difference when I speak about the times that we live in and people just be inheriting, not even inheriting. It's a void in the streets, and dudes just fill it without following the proper principles and morals. So now you got a lot of tough guys that's not really tough, but that's been portraying like they tough. But then when they go down, you know, they talking and giving all kind of detailed information and accurate information and how it started, and you know these things, when it should be like, damn, bro, you just got through backing out on me. Now y'all dudes is so.
So you said when you caught that case, you know, individuals said that you said, remember me before them shots was fired?
Yeah, they said that I said that more than once.
Because you said that the time y'all got it on.
I said at the time we got it on, I said that. You know what I'm saying? Then the time when I kicked them in the back, I said that as well. So I've been, you know, coattailed as the Remember Me murderer, RMM. You know what I mean? And, you know, that right there is...
And how long you say you stayed on the run before they actually caught you?
Stayed on the run for like a year and a half. A year and a half. You know what I'm saying? And I got caught downtown in the midst of an attempt murder with my co-defendant.
So you was on the run, and you went down south at first. You seen there was some money to be got. You came back up top, trying to holler at dudes, and then you ended up getting sucked in back into the project life. And you stayed there?
No. Me and my guy did go OT. He fucked with me. He invested in me, right? But the thing is that he didn't know I had a brother down there, right? And what happened, we went and dealt with this dude, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't raised with this dude, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't an honorable dude. And he caught us for some bread. So in that light, going back up top, we supposed to be going to get the bread, and then my guy's like, yo, this shit ain't looking right. Just like the fast one got pulled. Like, you said that was your brother. That's really your brother? So I'm like, oh, man. So now this is looking bad.
So y'all went down bottom, and you did some business with
an individual. Because I can't even
brother.
Yeah.
And he beat y'all for some paper.
Right.
And it had you looking crazy?
Had me looking beyond crazy, right? Had me looking like, this is what I do. I lined this up. This was a setup for a letdown. So now I can't sit and try to convince nobody or nothing. It's looking bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, me and the brothers, we got a kind of a ritual, right? We'd be in the hallway in the lobby talking about shit, and then somebody come that we don't want them to hear what we talking about, talk sports, right? So niggas will start talking about Madge, put up a triple dub. You see Madge, boy, crazy. So it was a time I came in the building, and it just felt like a talk sports moment. So that made me feel like, damn, brothers is talking about me. If brothers talking about me, brothers about to off me. You know what I'm saying? As if I did something foul. Behind this fucking clown that, you know what I'm saying, made off in the wind, got me looking like a fucking jerky boy. You with me? So, when I pick up on the vibe, I go to my guy, I'm like, yo, bro, look, I know that shit looking stupid, but I'm going to make that shit up. You know what I'm saying? I just need you to line me something up so I can knock it down, you know what I'm saying, and make up the makeup. So he's really not really trying to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, this is who I'm staying with.
You talking about job?
So yeah, this is who I'm staying with. So this is looking all the way bad, bro. I'm on the run. When I'm up there, I'm staying with him. It's good. It's safe. You know what I'm saying? I know the family. Family know me. It's not looking good, bro. So now my brain, the last thing that I have that's worth of anything, because money dwindles fast when you're on the run. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a car, you know what I'm saying? It's like you just gotta be on the move. The last thing you have that's worth anything is your word, bro. You know what I'm saying? And my word is looking like Gonzungi. You know what I mean? Real shit, son. This is real life shit. And I'm just thinking like, damn, if I get slumped out here on a fucking, niggas really gonna wanna slump me because I'm foul. And then I'm gonna get slumped and my family ain't gonna know what happened. This fucking clown ass nigga, I don't know what he probably getting high, something like that, and just, I don't know what the fuck, but I'm really...
How much bread he ran off with, like?
Yo, bro, at this particular time, we talking about...
This in the 90s, this is the early 90s,
Yes, this is the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a half a Brizzo. You know what I mean? That's chunky cheese.
They said, Ja was a dude that was super young, getting a lot of bread.
Heavy in the game. Heavy in the game. You know what I'm saying? And, he worked his magic because the dudes that he was dealing with, they was having issues. He was like, yo, my people will handle that. So, and then, you know, we was getting some things from his people to handle certain shit. And it was like, yo, okay. So, remember I was telling you, there came a time that something did get lined up, but I had to go OT.
Dudes had you looking, but you was looking crazy, and you had to find a way to make up and get this dude his paper back.
Yep. So I found the way. I made the makeup, right? Got him his shit, and everything was so Gucci Dan.
Now, you said at this time, if I could recall correctly, you was robbing certain people that you didn't even want to rob.
Oh yeah, around the way. See, because I was on nuts and balls, bro. I was robbing everything around the way. You know what I'm saying? Me and my dude, crippling crime. Don't get me wrong, crippling crime, not crime, crippling crime. You know what I mean? Robbing everything, son, right there. Anything that I got a glimpse of, I got on it, bro. I was so on it so bad as to where, like, girls was coming to me like, yo, is you all right? Is you getting high? Why is you doing this? Like, what's... And it's like, damn, you know, I done turned. I'm turned. You know what I'm saying? But nobody don't know the survival aspect that I was dealing with. You know what I mean? And I felt like, yo, because I'm robbing people I don't even want to rob. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't about no feeling.
You was just giving some bread back at a time?
I was squeezing every nook and cranny. Keep in mind, I'm on a run too. This is a whole different budget. You know what I'm saying? Being on the run. Because you got to switch up every night. So if I'm going to stay with somebody, mainly family, I'm piecing them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody to know I'm coming when I'm going or nothing. You know what I mean? So, like, you got to have a budget for that. And then you got to have some bread just to pume straight out of town. Straight out of town without a wimp or jump. As soon as you pick up on something, you got to have that to go. You know what I'm saying? So I had to keep, and one would look at it, but like, damn, you risking it just by, but nah, you got to understand, when you're around your way, and I was around the way, when you're around your way, and you catch something, you know, you could skip through buildings, from roofs to, you know what I mean? You know the layout. So I was safe around there, but son, it was just, it got
and what
nasty.
about you? And you ain't never you ain't see your brother, your half brother that ran off with that. You wasn't seeing son, like you was going back down bottom and he was missing in action.
I wasn't going back down bottom at that particular time. I just started waiting on getting everything around the way until I got the call for the lineup. The lineup was in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So I went down there, and that shit turned into a fiasco. You know what I mean? But the outcome, I made it back. I made it back with what was supposed to get made back, and some. And I got hell of applause. You know? Hell of applause. You know what I mean? And I was back in the good. You know what I mean? And but I didn't see nothing or hear nothing from that dude until I got locked up. Not even until I got locked up. When I came home, he pulled up on me. He was a money boy at the time. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, I did that fucked up shit, and I just have so much respect for you because you ain't never tell nobody that shit. You ain't never speak on that shit. You ain't shit. You ain't nothing. Just nothing. So I got something for you, and I got something on top of something for you. So I'm like, word. You know what I mean? So that's how that went.
So, so all of that shit was going down while you was on the run. So you was on the run, you fucked up that bread. So now you wasn't just concentrating on being on the run. You had to concentrate on trying to get that bread and just get your reputation back of being one of one of the bros and a good nigga and not a snake.
Right, because however way you cook that up, you know what I'm saying? When that's done, it's still gonna fall like that. Nah, that shit just don't sound right. Who knew when he had a brother down there? You know what I'm saying? He ain't even mention that. And then all of a sudden this happened? Nah, son. This what one of my dudes, right? This is how he be saying. I can tell. I know how he be saying if you listen to the story. What? Say? Huh? Nah, son. That shit don't even sound right. So I'm looking at that shit and I'm like, damn, ain't no way I could. I can't even word place because I'm still astounded and astonished. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this nigga just put me in harm's way. This nigga, I got a target on my head right now around motherfuckers that I gotta be around. You know what I'm saying? I said, these niggas gonna slump me at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we was dealing with snakes, bro, in our environment, right? And we talked about it. We coached ourselves like, yo, boy, the slitherers is out, boy. You bet not attempt to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Word, son. So to come and find out you got a slit tongue? You one of them? He did what? He took you out of town. First of all, at this time, brothers wasn't even familiar with going out of town, so that was a kind of a big move. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all going out of town, y'all going OT, oh shit. And then it was like, older niggas go OT, but y'all niggas going OT? Say got a good situation? And then y'all go out there, y'all made it back? Oh, whoa, the mother. See, because when we made it back, it was all good because he's supposed to be sending us money. We supposed to go pick it up at Western Union. You know what I mean? So after, it's all good. After a week, we got to go to Western Union. We going to Western Union and we don't have nothing for y'all. Nobody said nothing. Oh, word? Yo, what happened? Yo, man, I fucked up. I boom, boom, boom. I'm still out here trying this trap, man. This is crazy. But tomorrow, go. Going up there again. Womp womp. Right? So now, the boy looking at me like, what? Yo. I said, yo, son, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I calling this nigga down. Yo, man, look, man, y'all ain't get. Oh, man, just putting injury on top of insult. Having us go down there to Montague Street every motherfucking day, crossing through the park. You know what I'm saying? Still got drama because downtown's like a neutral area. You could get caught. You know what I mean? So we crossing through there trying to get to Brooklyn Heights to Montague Street to go pick up some bread, and there ain't nothing there, like a dead-ass trip, risking our life. You know what I'm saying? And nigga said, man, look, man, I ain't even going over there no more, say. And I'm like, nah, son, the nigga gonna send this shit, bro. I'm not going over there no more. That's how that went. And then it was like, oh, shit. I gotta figure this shit out. That's a lot of bread. You know what I'm saying? And then when yo, man, you see, Madge, when I came through the 7-9 and through the lobby door, they told me, Madge, yeah, man, had a triple dub. I said, Madge had a triple dub? That's what y'all talking about? Y'all just changed the conversation on me? Oh, say coming, talk sports. Yo, yeah, man. I said, oh, shit, I seen this shit play out. I said, oh, shit. Niggas probably plotting already. It's probably going down tonight. I'm getting out of here. You know what I'm saying? Then I said, nah, yo, I gotta make this shit right. Fuck it. I'm robbing everything. It was like, it wasn't a second, it was just, that's what needs to be done. I had to buy time. You know what I'm saying?
To cut this short, but y'all gonna have to tune in for the continuation. And the next part, we gonna talk about how you got snatched up by the police for that situation. But we gonna do this series with the bro Sequan. We got a bunch of stories. It's gonna be fire, man. You heard? Make sure y'all leave some comments. The Gen Pop gang in the building, the Slim Blunt gang in the building. You already Snow Cone. You heard? Get that algorithm stirred up, and we'll be back.
Yo, free boy Quan, free Ego Kane, NIC, Free them boys. Free Right. Free Pal. Welcome home to the real ones. Now, you done stepped the bump. Oh!
Yo, chill, bro. Could knock the power out of the rest. Chill, get away from the whole camera.
Chill, man.
Chill.
Yo, make sure y'all go on Spotify, type in St. Laz, look for that playlist called Major St. Laz Bangers. I got all my biggest features and my best songs. That's a whole fact. And new songs from King Taco.
Yeah, nigga, the ghetto is hungry. Slay, what up? Yeah, St. Laz. To all the rappers out there in the struggle.